Trey, that play I asked KJ about the BYU game where you worked your way back to him, and I don't know, a lot of receivers might have given up, thought their quarterback was dead meat or something. But from your perspective, how that play developed and how you got open and just watching KJ do all that.
So I just had a little crossing route, ran across the field, and I saw it. I was like, oh well, we're about to get off the field, I guess, because it was third down. And I see him spin. I'm like, oh, he's about to break this. So I was hoping, in my head, I was thinking, hopefully the guy guard me, runs and tries to tackle KJ. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to get the ball right here. And then he breaks it, and, everything came to fruition. The guy guarded me, he ran at KJ, and KJ looked at me and threw me the ball. And I was like, yes, sir. Time to slide. And so I took off running and, made a play.
And then I think you've got a couple fewer catches than last year, but you already got almost 100 more yards, a couple more touchdowns. Just how's the season gone for you from your perspective?
I think it's going really well. Just, trying to get better every week and control what I can control. Just my technique and my effort and, just working on my blocking and playing in between the tackles and run, in the run game and blocking and helping out those guys in the run game.
And I know you may still be bothering you, but hopefully it's better. Your ankle, you haven't missed any games, but how's your ankle doing? And just kind of how good was that open date for you?
My ankle's doing, perfectly fine. It's been pretty good for the past couple of weeks now. That open date, we needed it. We had a lot of guys banged up and, we got a lot of guys back healthy now and feel like we're at full strength and we can play with anybody in the country.
And Dalton, what have you thought about Trey's season and how he's helped you guys on offense?
Yeah, he's done a great job. I've always known he can catch the ball and get the yards after and everything too. But what's impressed me the most this year is his ability to block between tackles and on the edge and everything he's doing there. Great communicator, and when we need him, and when he's in there, you can always count on him to get the blocks in there too. So that's what I've been happy about the most. I'm sure he's more happy about the catches and the touchdowns and stuff, but
Trey, what have you thought about your blocking? Because obviously that's something you got to do more at tight end.
I think I've been getting better every week, just working on my hand placement. That's really one of the hardest things that I've come to find out is it's all about hand placement and steps and your feet. Yeah. And if your feet are terrible, you're going to lose, 9 times out of 10. So just taking good steps, especially the first 2 steps are the most important ones. And then shooting and striking my hands inside the pads, which Coach Loggins has done a great job, helping me out and doing things that make me and force me, to do better and play better with my hands and my feet.
Thanks.
Tom?
Hey, Dalton, you've been here a while and no wins over Auburn in that span. Does that stick in your craw a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, no, obviously, that bugs me. It's not fun. And this weekend, there's a tremendous opportunity for us to go change that, to get a win before we get out of here, playing for the seniors, all the guys that might not be coming back or guys that are done, to get one win under our belt before we get out of here with this stuff. And, that's obviously something that weighs on us a little bit more this week, is knowing that, it's been 6 years since we beat them last.
Mm-hmm. Trey, any thoughts just about what Auburn's had over you guys these few years?
I don't know. We don't play our best ball. We haven't been playing our best ball against them. I feel like since I've been here, which it ain't been 6 years, but it's been 3. Going on 4. But every time that I've played them, we just come out flat and we don't play well. And I think we're going to change that this weekend. We're going to start fast and we're going to, push the tempo and score a lot of points.
Looking at you guys' offensive numbers, it's a pretty rare season that Arkansas averages 200 rushing and 200 passing, but you did it last year, and this year you're pretty well over on both. What do you think Trey has led to this type of balance, and how good is that for you guys?
I think as an offense, I feel like we don't have any weak links. All of our rooms are really good. I feel like we have some of the best skill players in America, and I feel like we have the best O-line in America. So when you have that, it makes a lot of things easier. When KJ can go back there and do what he does, he's electric. And then Rocket runs the ball hard, and then we have 3 other guys behind him that do the same thing. So it's just we have the personnel that we can do either or whatever we want to on any given day.
Yeah. And Dalton, I know you guys just aren't real big into numbers, but those are pretty substantial rushing, passing. What does that mean to the O-line?
More rushing. That's what we want. But yeah, it's an awesome thing to have. We don't like to pay attention to numbers like you said, but to know that we can force a team to try to load the box to stop a run, and that means someone's man down the field. And if we could just hold up for a little bit longer in pass pro, then it opens that up. And when we start killing them in a pass game, they have to bail out of the box, and that opens up the run game again. And it's a double-edged sword for those guys. And do you drop these guys out to cover our edge threats, or do you bring them in the box to try to stop Rocket in the run? And it's unique to have the backs that we have, to have KJ and to have the receivers. It's just a very explosive offense when we get things rolling.
Yeah. I asked the other guys this. It's my last question. Did that outcome down there in 2020 stick with y'all for a while, knowing that it could have been your game, Dalton?
Yeah, it's one that it's frustrating, but we made too many mistakes in that game, and it should have never been left up to the refs. And we kind of flushed it. We got to move on, and we got to get a win this weekend.
Yeah, he stole my answer.
Yeah.
Good job.
Appreciate it.
Mason?
Yeah, guys. Coach Pittman talked earlier this week about y'all's third down percentage and just how y'all are, staying on the field a little bit longer, and how the team's kind of having to lean on the offense a little bit more. Do you guys feel that pressure? Trey, you can take that first.
No, I just feel like we owe it to the defense, man. It's hard to play defense when when they go, 12-play drive and we go 3 and out. That don't help anybody. That's how points are given up when guys get tired and guys are winded. So I feel like it's just our duty as an offense to keep the defense off the field as much as we can and as long as possible, and just score as many points as we can.
Yeah, I agree with Trey on that. It's something that on offense, you want to maximize your play count in a game. You want to try to have a 100-play game if you can help it, and because that way you keep your defense off the field, let them get as rested and as fresh as they can. And then by the time they get out on the field, they've got the depth they need and they've got what they have. But it's something, I know the third downs, that's something that we've been emphasizing a lot this year, is trying to make sure that we can convert when we're out there. It's not an if, it's a let's just get it going.
And then Dalton, that left tackle spot with Luke Jones coming into the season, didn't know a whole lot about it, but it seems like we haven't heard from him, and that's a good thing. So I'm just curious what you've thought of him through the first 7 games.
I know y'all haven't heard about that for him, but I never had a doubt in my mind that he was going to be able to hold down that spot as efficiently as he has and as effectively as he has as well too. He had a great spring, and he's a guy that can play all 5 spots on the line as well too. It's not just left tackle. He can play guard, center, other guard, and tackle too. But he's a hard worker. He's very smart when it comes to football, and overall, he's a really good athlete for as much as he weighs too. Like, he does a good job of being in space. He's powerful with the weight that he has, and he does such a tremendous job of being able to turn a bad situation in a good situation because of the way he can move his feet and the way he can move his body. But he's done awesome this year. I couldn't be happier for him, and I just can't wait to see these last 5 games for him.
Scotty, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. I guess I was looking at some of the run defense numbers in the league earlier, and might be a pretty good opportunity for you guys to get the run game going this week. How much of an emphasis has been placed on that this week, and just what's the importance of getting going on the ground?
It's been a pretty big emphasis, but again, I feel like we're still keeping a good balance on what we're doing. But obviously, you can see the numbers don't lie and what they're doing. And, every week we go into a game wanting to run the football, because when you can run the football and you can control the ground game, it opens up those edges. It opens up the passes. It opens up a lot of different things that forces a defense in an awkward situation. But, it's been a big emphasis to make sure that we're on the same page, communicating between tight ends, quarterbacks, and running backs, and for our front 7 there, and to make sure we can control their front 7. And I think that this week it's a great opportunity for us that we need to go take advantage of. And I'm just excited to see the passing game as well too.
Just for both of you guys, what stood out the most about the season that Rockets had?
He's just done a lot with the opportunities he's given. Dude going crazy. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like,
That's the best way to sum it up.
He just, every time he touches the ball, like, it's like, is he gonna break this one again, or we got to give it to him one more time so he can break it? Like that's how we feel when we're blocking for him. And I mean, he just runs hard and he's so fast and he's so powerful. But he's a great guy, man. I mean, he's about as quiet as they come. He don't really talk much, but that boy know how to play some football.
Yeah, and I think what stands out to me the most is A, how hard he runs, and B, I don't think he really ever gets tired. Like, I think he subbed out against his will, in all honesty. And I think if he wanted his way, he'd be in the entire game. But I've never seen him winded. I've never seen him tired. And it's something that, like, you know, you might be tired and you're like, oh my gosh. Then you see Rocket tank someone over, break another tackle, and then tank another guy over. And you're like, all right, I'm not that tired anymore. Like, we got to keep going here. But like Trey said, Rocket's a great guy. And I'm so happy with the way he's been playing. And he's one of the most explosive backs that I've ever had to block for this year. It's just amazing.
Lastly, for me, Dalton, what's Bo Limmer like as a teammate? And do you guys have a pretty good bond since you guys hold down the right side?
Yeah, the whole line's we're a really close unit. But Bo's awesome. You know, he's a reserved guy, kind of around everybody. But when he's with the O-line, you know, he's laughing, he's talking, he's cutting up. But he takes his job very seriously. He takes a lot of pride in what he does. He approaches every day like a champion, which is something that I respect a lot. You know, he brings a lot to the table in terms of physicality, his strength, and also his quickness and his nimbleness. Like, he does a lot of really good things in the run game. He's great to double team with. It's so much fun to double team with him. And he comes out, you know, and protections and helps out when he can, you know, because he knows a lot of teams put their pass rushers on the edges. So instead of popping inside, he'll come outside to help out. But he's a tremendous teammate, an even better friend, and an awesome football player.
All right, Bob, last one here.
Hey, Trey, just wondering, you've obviously had 2 full seasons here with KJ as a quarterback now. Just kind of, what kind of rapport do you think you guys have built?
I think we're really close. Like I've said before, I just think that we're very in tune to what each other, think and expect, especially out on the football field. I think that we both think a lot alike. When we see something, I might do something that he totally agrees with that nobody else knows about, and we make a play. I mean, it's happened a couple times. And I just think that we're so close and that we know what each other is going to do. And then outside of, he's one of the goofiest guys I've ever met. And we're both total goofballs, so it makes for a fun time because we just do crazy stuff and dance and hang out with each other, play video games, and just, kick it. And so I feel like that helps us, on the field as well.
Yep, that probably helped a lot on that BYU play, I imagine.
Yeah, for sure.